Hey geeks, do you love comics, collectibles, and TCG? Well, here at Cardboard Cave, we have the place for you. Pass by Kapitan Granuja Comics and Games and find all your favorite geeky items there. Look for them at Facebook or Instagram or call them at 787-659-7003. A store blessed by Nicole Bolas. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cardboard Cave, and this is the episode that we have been waiting for. So, in technicality, next week would be our final episode of season 1. It's been around 35 episodes with you guys since we started. Well, if we include Commander Nights, it would be a lot of content with you guys, and I think that for myself and the whole host of the show, we thank you for giving us your support, and we have a lot of things planned for next year. So expect more things from us, and probably a lot of more content, and maybe some surprises. I don't know. With things can happen at 2022, right? So let's start with further ado. We have our favorite director. Like I've always mentioned, he has won so many awards that it's crazy. It's hilarious, and he's so famous that he's like in 30 podcasts, including this one. So here we go, and I'm presenting here Alejandro Orengo.
The last part is accurate. The first part is a lie.
And
Hi.
then and then this time tonight, very early in the night, and he has the poofiest hair of the poofiest, is the one and only Chris.
Sup, my dudes. Hey, Orengo, you know what they say? For everybody to believe a lie, there's got to be a little bit of truth in it.
True,
so.
true, sure.
Hey, come on, guys. Every presentation that I do for everybody is 100% legit.
Yes, yes, I agree. Definitely.
Okay. So, guys, let's just touch up a very quick one. Give our thoughts about it, because in the last episode, because I was reviewing the previous podcast before putting this one. In the previous podcast, Chris and JP did talk about Alchemy for a while. So I will start off that I don't like the idea. I hate the fact that right now in Magic the Gathering Arena is kind of impossible to start any format. Let it be historic, let it be standard right now, and let it be now Alchemy, or if you like to play Brawl as well. It's like very difficult because getting these wild cards is kind of impossible. If you have to continue buying booster packs, or you have to grind the living heck out of the game, not like before that it was a little bit much more easier to grind and get those wild cards or the booster packs, that you can get those cards that you need. But right now it's really impossible to do it. Like for me, for example, I wanted to participate in the previous event that they did for gems. You know that they do like every couple of months, they do like this big event that you pay like $20 in gems, and you might get
the Arena Open, if I'm not mistaken.
the Arena Open.
Yeah.
I wanted to go in. The first day was draft. The second day was going to be standard. I didn't went in because I couldn't build not even one standard deck. Not even one. And if I could, I would have to invest in gems in a ridiculous portion, because I was still missing mythic wild cards or rare, because normally the cards that we are missing are rares, because not all mythic cards are being used in the standard decks right now. But
and even then, we're still talking about like a lot of decks are still using up anywhere in between 4 to 8 mythic slots, which is insane.
Exactly.
Insane when you think about Arena's economy.
No, exactly. So what do you guys think about this? Let's start with Orengo, because I remember the last episode last week that we wanted to do the podcast, but we couldn't because of technicalities. Plus, Chris, you didn't have light. But Orengo, I know that Orengo had a lot to talk about this. So what give us that saucy sauce of this new format called Alchemy.
Give us the saucy sauce.
Oh my
man.
god,
The
it's
saucy
just
sauce.
that freaking that format is insane. The problem is, but a lot of Magic content creators already kind of discussed it. Is the idea that, let's just say for the sake of the argument, that Alchemy is fine because standards still exist, right? The problem then lies with Historic, because Historic got molded based off Alchemy, not Historic. And then everyone's like, okay, so I don't do standard content. I do exclusive Historic content because there's a bigger pool of cards, more diversity, etc., etc., etc. So then now your cards are forced to be changed, and you can't be like, well, I don't want it anymore because it's changed. Wizards forces it upon you to keep the card as it is because you can still play with it, even with their new fixes and like adjustments to older cards, which is another issue unto itself. Then the other problem is like, fine, if you're going to make Historic be bonded with Alchemy, then give something akin to Standard. Give Pioneer. And if they give us Pioneer, we wouldn't be bitching and moaning. But the problem then, it's just so many issues because there's no wild cards. So obviously you can't build a good Alchemy deck because there's going to be sets every other set. There's going to be an Alchemy set to complement the set that just came out. So then it's just going to be way too much product. There's no wild cards. You need to buy the cards because I don't think they're going to give you like loose boosters unless you may be able to draft it. I don't think you're going to be able to draft it. I'm pretty sure
You mean
can't.
alchemy boosters?
Yeah, right? You can't draft them. Can you? Or can you?
No, you have to buy alchemy
You
boosters.
have to
I haven't
buy
seen an
alchemy.
alchemy draft yet.
There you go, which is stupid.
Like
it's so
you
stupid.
like I can open up Magic Arena right now,
Yeah.
and the boosters that are like, as soon as you open the page, the first ones that are on there, like they're pushing this shit. Like it's
Exactly.
alchemy right in your face.
Exactly. It's just it's a culmination of so many things. It's been a push by Wizards for so many months and years that they started implementing shit like Historic. They started doing weird bans within Arena. They tried to put cards suspended. So they started to like differentiate themselves from actual Standard in paper. And it's like, okay, we accept this. And I think part of the problem was that we were willing to accept these changes because at that point, Historic at least was interesting. It was refreshing. But now with Alchemy and not giving players choices, I think is the ultimate downfall of why Alchemy is a problem right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first like, well, not the first strike, but like at least I guess I would say like at least the second or third strike at that point would have definitely been once we saw like those digital only cards that came out for like Historic. And like I had an issue with that at first, but then I was like, okay, like most of these aren't really like game breaking or anything. I actually don't see them when I like a lot when I play and stuff, so it's like whatever, it's fine. People just kind of used to use them in like fringe decks or whatever, but now like you're just forced to take these changes on Historic, and that's my issue with the whole thing. Really, it's just that you're just kind of forced to do it. And I personally don't remember picking up like the article and seeing these changes are also going to be implemented in Historic. Like it's like I don't know, it's like I didn't get the memo, I guess.
Okay, so in general, like that, we can move into the topic to the main topics. Is that we don't like it. We don't like it. It's something that again, I don't mind. Well, I do mind the fact that we're getting so much product month by month, and it's not giving us a time to breathe, like to say, okay, hey, so I'm gonna save up for the new Kamigawa set, or I'm gonna save up for Modern Horizon 3. Just me speculating right now, but having that back to back, having everything go back to back to back to back, and it's killing us. And not only that, because some of these sets didn't even work because you have Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt. You can still go to your local game store and there will be a lot of product still of these two sets, because these two sets didn't like make the numbers, I guess. They did bring gorgeous art and a good collaboration in the Crimson Vow one, the one with the vampires. But still, they're still they're stuck. It's merchandise that it's stuck in local game stores. And as well, they're not promoting Friday Night Magic. That we're gonna get to that in a while. But let's go ahead and go to our main topic of tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and add it right here in the stream. So we all know that we are getting our Commander collection. We had our Commander collection green that brought a lot of saucy cards like Worldly Tutor and Sylvan Library. Again, we had a reprint again of Command Tower and a reprint again of Soul Ring. Cards that have been reprinted so much but still cost at least $1 or $1.50.
Yeah.
No matter what set they are. But right now, on January 28th, 2022, so starting strong the year, we're going to be getting Commander Collection Color Black. And as well as two versions, is going to be the non-foil and then the premium edition. There's to be the foil one. It's only exclusively for WPN premium stores that are gonna have the following cards. So it has the same packaging as before, but in black. And obviously, these are like the Planeswalker spell books, but for Commander. So
Yeah.
the cards that are going to be included are the following: Gold Collar Gisa, Opnimancer,
Ophiomancer.
Ophiomancer.
Ophiomancer, my
Ophiomancer.
bad, Ophiomancer, Phyrexian Arena, Toxic Deluge, Reanimate, Soul Ring, and Command Tower once again. And then we have Liliana, Heretical Healer. There's the one that transforms to Liliana, Defiant Necromancer. And we will have a double-sided token. There will be a snake and a zombie.
Yep.
So, Chris, you see this collection, obviously. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's going to be the same price value. Is going to be $80. The non-foil, and I imagine that the other one is going to cost a lot of money. The foil one will be like around 150 or more, depending on the local game store. So, Chris, what do you think about the collection of the Black Commander collection?
In general, I think it has a lot of really good value. That Phyrexian Arena looks fantastic. Reanimate has gone down in price recently, but it is still like, fetching for a few bucks, so I'm completely fine with it. If I'm not mistaken, Toxic Deluge was like worth like a few bucks, so that's really nice too. Ophiomancer was super expensive because it only had one printing. I'm pretty sure JP has mentioned it at least twice on stream, like throughout the year. Gold Collar Gisa is just like at somewhere like the $10 range. I think the value is there. And if someone is looking to like bling out their mono black commander deck, this is where it's at. Like it's just some black staples, maybe excluding the Liliana. I don't exactly see her as like a black staple. I think that there could have been a better slot for like that Liliana, like saying like any other Liliana Planeswalker. But I suppose that in everything in every piece of product that Wizards puts out, there has to be a dud, I suppose, because at least in my very personal opinion, that Liliana is excellent, but she's basically the only dud in this whole Commander collection. So obviously the Soul Ring and the Command Tower I have issues with because again, it's cards we keep seeing over and over. But you know what? I guess it's pretty to get like the mono black treatment and the for both of those cards. Which again, a slight issue that has also like occurred to people before. Like this is very clearly, I guess not very clearly. Yes, these are cards that do work in multicolor decks, but at the same time, I don't know. Like if someone really wants this, there's a very big chance that they're most likely playing mono black, and having a Command Tower and like a mono colored like product to me is like, but it's fine. I give this product like a straight up thumbs up, honestly. I mean, would I love a lower price range? Yes, but it's fine, honestly.
So Orengo, what do you think about it? At least for me, I like the Phyrexian Arena because that this means that the Phyrexian Arenas might go a little bit low on price.
Yeah.
But what do you think about this collection? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you into it?
So I remember I bought the collection green, and that was kind of hard to find because they were so scarce. I think it was during the pandemic, so it was kind of hard to get. I got the non-foil version, I believe. I paid, I think it was $60 or 70. So probably this is going to be around the same range. I checked the prices. I can give to you the prices real quick. Ghoul Color Gisa is 8.39. Liliana is $12. Command Tower is $2. Ophiomancer is $12. Phyrexian Arena is $12. Reanimate is
Oh,
$10. Soul Ring is around 8.
Ophiomancer went down then since they
Yeah,
announced
yeah,
the reprint.
exactly.
That's
And
interesting.
well, it's good at least. And then Toxic Deluge is the most expensive one at $18 because it's a 3 mana removal. Like it's a 3 mana board wipe, which is that's why it's so good. I think the price is there, but then I checked EDH Rec, and I get it. Maybe I'm being picky and I want more expensive shit here, but where's my tutors? Where's the demonic or vampiric tutor? You could have put one of them here. You didn't have to put
Yeah.
both. I get it, but at least one of them. Like demonic is at $34 and vampiric is at 43 right now. Other cards it could have included. Obviously there's reanimate, but you could have put Entomb, or you could have put Damnation as well. I think those could have been like really easy shoe-ins for those spots. I understand the need of putting the Soul Ring in the command tower because they always have the necessity of putting those two cards because you want to have the flavor of that color. They did it with the green one, and I guess they're doing it right now with the black one. I am very upset with the inconsistency because when we started this set, it started with like Spellbook Jace. And that was like the blue one, right? And then we shifted to Gideon and then Chandra. And then
Yeah.
when they were gonna do the green one, they were like, no, screw that. We're forgoing that. So now we're just going to do Commander Spellbooks essentially. And we're just gonna include like staples, which even in the green one, there were staples that were missing. Just put some green staples on it and then call it a day. Now they're doing with the black one. So is the cycle done? Is the cycle incomplete? Are we now gonna get then the red one and the blue and white one all over again? Or is the cycle done? Like this is a weird shit that
That is the good
they
question.
took so long to get here. I don't understand what their end goal is gonna be. Actually, didn't Liliana had a spell book?
No,
No, she didn't. Okay, so I'm correct in saying it was Gideon, Jace, and Chandra. They
it
got
was
spell books.
Gideon, Jace, and Chandra are the only
Exactly.
three
And
that
then the
got their
green
spell
one
books.
was the new system that they have, and then the black one. So I guess the cycle is over, unless they're planning of then going back to those colors and then putting blue staples, red staples, and white staples, which I mean that was kind of the point in the original one, but they wanted to make it flavorful, which I like this idea better, even though it's imperfect. But at least these are actual staples. Before there weren't that much of staples, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the price is there. It's cool. If you are a black player, you will probably use most of these. Like Chris said, Liliana's obviously the weakest one by a mile and a half. This could have been Liliana of the Veil. I don't understand what's the need of like reprint. I get it, but
I think I do understand. I think that what I did see with, like, for example, the green set is that it essentially had two mono green like legendaries, which could essentially serve as your commanders.
True.
And I think that they were kind of trying to match that up. And I get it, though. I don't know.
But
I
isn't
feel
that
there could have been
Liliana
like
some
popular?
better choices.
What?
Yeah, but isn't that Liliana like popular for like some of these zombie decks that are in Commander?
Let me
There's
right
like
now,
some
88
fringe
Shrek.
stuff, but I don't
No,
think
I know,
it's,
I know that there's better. I know that there's better cards out there, but like she is like one of like the
You should have put
synergistic.
Yakmoth.
Oh yeah,
yes,
Grave
Yeah.
Titan. No, wait, Grave Titan is on Mythic. Sorry.
Actually, that would have been a great pairing. Actually, like the two like pillars of what black is in like Magic, like Liliana and Yawgmoth in that same box.
Yeah, you put Kirk or you put Yakmoth. One of the two would have been a perfect addition to this box. Especially Yakmoth, as he's at $30 right now. So it would have been a great pick. Yeah, it went up. I guess that's insane. When I came out, it was like $15, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it could have been a great pick. Or put Tiny Bones, even though he's not expensive anymore. But they could have been a cool pick. Like I'm checking Liliana, and she is in around 754 decks in EDH Rec. So it's not like a lot. It's really down.
okay.
When you compare it to Yawgmoth, he has 2,325 decks. There could have been better picks. And I remember the Jace one, he only had the shitty Jace, the I think it's the group hug Jace. He's not that good because
Yeah.
they didn't have the flip J's. The flip J's, the last time they did him was when they did the box set of the transform
The
cards.
the
They put all of them. They
transformation.
put the whole cycle. They put the whole
Yep.
cycle. So I don't know. Like I get it. It's cool because it's Liliana, but they just want to have their cake and eat it too. It's so bizarre to me. Like they want to both have like make the Liliana spell book, but at the same time make it the Black Commander spell book thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
At least it's cool picks. They're not all horrible. I'm being a little nitpicky, but they could have put a tutor here. But again, if
definitely.
you are someone who really loves blue,
I think a
black
tutor
cards,
would have been nice, especially because it like adds to like kind of like the same theme of having like and then just go through like a cycle of like if they're gonna do like the cycle of the spell books or like the commander. I'm like my brain is saying commander spell books, and I know that's not what it's called.
No, they're called Commander Collection. Almost
Commander
there.
Collection, yeah.
So
if
let me
you're
see.
gonna do-
So we did get Diabolic Tutor was reprinted in Jesus, I
Let me
forgot.
check. It was reprinted
It-
recently.
It was reprinted
no.
recently, but it was
It was
I
Modern
think wasn't it a
Horizons.
mystery?
Modern Horizons. There you go.
Yeah. And
Was it Modern
then
Horizons?
So Demonic
because
Tutor was double masters, and then
Double
Vampiric Tutor
Masters.
was Commander Legends.
There we go.
So they've had recent-ish printings.
and
I
Grim
think-
Tutor was in Core Set 2021.
Right, exactly. So you got most of them. You're only missing Imperial Seal, Wizards. Why don't you print Imperial Seal? What are you waiting for? Are you gonna stick it in double masters? I don't understand.
Oh
It's
man.
annoying.
Oh
It's
god.
annoying.
So this is a quick one, guys. This is just something very quick. So today is the new day of the new episode of Game Nights. Game Nights episode 50. It's called Playmats Battle Commander Holiday Special. So all of the players in the table in this commander in Game Nights, in this commander game, all of their commanders are blinged out. So as well as they played with blinged out decks, they presented a new product from Ultra Pro that I really do love because I'm somebody that likes things that are shiny and foil. So they did presented these new playmats as well. These playmats are a little taste of the upcoming secret layer that they couldn't explained more information due to, obviously, because it's just a little preview. So we are getting Chibi like Planeswalkers as a secret layer, and all these playmats are foil. So I know that there you can't appreciate it that much, but here you can tell that they're like a little glittery like on top of the playmats as well. They are launching deck boxes and sleeves as well with this new formula or let's call it product. So foil playmats are coming with Ultra Pro. So my question is, let's start with Chris because I think Orengo is he went out for a second. So Chris, what do you think about this? Do you like them? Do you like the fact that probably the next secret layer is going to be Chibi not commanders, Chibi Planeswalkers, and as well, do you like the product because this is going to be probably in your local game store?
Yes, I completely love the idea of foil playmats. Like I don't think I've seen a foil playmat before, which I'm kind of excited to just see this at my local game store and actually get my hands on one. That Tamiyo is looking absolutely beautiful. I'm hoping it's the good Tamiyo, like the 3-color Tamiyo. I forgot her name, not Moon Sage, the other one. Like I was about to go through them one by one, but I guess that like let me just like encompass them for a second here and just say I'm just hoping that we get the good versions of each of these planeswalkers. Let's say Sorin. At least my favorite version of Sorin is the one that comes down for 6, and they used to use that one in like it's really popular for like Super Friends builds. I can't remember the name for the life of me right now, but you know what I'm talking about, and anyone who's played that kind of deck before definitely knows what Sorin I'm referring to. Ashiok, I really hope it's the one from Theros that comes down for 5. Like what I'm saying is I'm just hoping we get the good versions of all of these, and that it isn't another one of these secret layer products that we get excited for because we see something iconic and then we just get hit with like something mediocre, straight up. So I am, for the time being, hyped and excited from what I'm seeing. I love the idea of the Chibi Planeswalkers, especially given that we had like a cartoony version of like an Ajani when they spoiled the new unset that's coming up.
Yeah.
Like the art looks super cute. I am enjoying a lot the amount of detail that I'm seeing, especially in Tamiyo's playmat. Best
Yes,
art that like out of the four
that
that
is
they've
the
spoiled.
playmat that I want. Well, I
Yeah.
want them all, but that's like the playmat that I want.
Yeah, no, the amount of detail and how beautiful that thing looks. Oh, I just noticed that's Emrakul in the corner. That is
Yes.
beautiful. Wow. Best one by far, honestly.
So
I'm really
quick
excited
bit.
about this product specifically.
So I don't know if Orengo was listening to us, but quick bit, Orengo. This is a new product from Ultra Pro. These are going to be foil playmats. These were
Jesus.
presented in Game Nights in today's episode of Game Nights.
Mhm.
And as well, the artwork is of a secret layer that has not been announced yet, but it's going to be a secret layer with planeswalkers, and the art is that one that you see right there. What do you think?
So it's a secret lair with Tamiyo, Sorin, Catman, and Blind Lady. Yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be very good because at least they put the actual the expensive Tamiyo
Well,
and
blind they in any case, but
yeah,
yeah, let's
exactly. Blind Day,
Blind Day, yes.
sorry, true.
yes.
And if they put the Sorin that you do -5, and you pluck 10 life out of your opponent, then sign me up, please. Yeah, sure. I love that it seems to be not edge. I'm sorry,
Stitched.
stitched, right? It's like stitched,
Yes.
which I love much more than just plain old
Yes,
crappy
I love those
Yes.
playmats.
playmats so much because
I
they
was
last
actually
longer.
complaining about that the other day.
Really?
Yes, because not about the stitch mats, but the
Mm.
fact that Ultra Pro, for the life of them, just can't. They can release amazing freaking like play mats, but for
Yeah.
the life of them, they could just never release a stitch playmat. Because, for example, one of our friends, Fish, he has a double sided playmat that came for Midnight Hunt. I think it was. Looks amazing. I love it. It has like a werewolf thing going on in the front, and I can't remember what it has going on in the back.
Mhm.
I love the playmat. It looks absolutely beautiful, but it's not stitched. And the only thing that I'm thinking to myself is, wow, like amazing product, but for the life of them, they can't release anything stitched. And now they surprised me with this. So you know what, Ultra Pro, I take it back,
Yeah,
and I hope
I
you
dig
keep making more stitch playmats for the love of everything that is good in this
Oh
world.
yeah, you know what? I hope that Ultra Pro gets to a point that they can do like the same products as that Dragon Shield are starting to do matte artwork on the back of their sleeves.
Yes.
The like you can find Cowboy Bebop or Mega
Yeah.
Man or
Sweaty.
anything,
You can do customs now.
or you can
so-
do customs as well if
Yeah.
you go to their website. I hope that Ultra Pro gets to that point because I think it's time. It's time to Ultra Pro give us like the product that we deserve, because I know that Eclipse sleeves do exist, but Eclipse sleeves, I don't like the feel that they have as when I shuffle with Dragon Shield. Obviously Eclipse is a little bit much more cheaper, but it's just it's just me. So that was just a quick bit. So before I'm gonna leave, we're gonna talk about this one. It's another one that's very quick. It was announced yesterday, not today, yesterday. So we all know, if you are a fan of Magic the Gathering content, you guys all know, everybody that's listening to us, that a lot of celebrities are getting into Magic the Gathering. Not only Magic the Gathering, they're getting into Pokemon. Obviously, Pokemon is something more like NFT. So they keep the boxes and they don't open them. But
Yeah.
in Magic the Gathering, these celebrities actually do like to buy the cards and play with their foiled out commanders or standard decks or anything. But obviously, we all know that the most popular format in Magic the Gathering is Commander.
Standard.
That
Oh,
is so
How
So
dare you,
we
Orengo?
all
How dare?
so we all know that recently in one of the shows that they play Commander, and they do not fear to play hardcore Commander, that it's I hate your deck, that they are not only sponsored by a shoe company, but they are actually sponsored by the store of Cassius March. There's one of the celebrities that are it's that has been that started this boom with celebrities and Magic the Gathering. But there's a special person that maybe all the three of us love his music, maybe not,
Yeah.
but there's this special person that has been popping out not only in game nights, he even did the new intro for game nights, and as well he's been popping out in I Hate Your Deck. But today, I mean yesterday, they have announced that for 2022, Post Malone will team up with Wizard of the Coast. Like that's for a whole year long celebration of making Friday Night Magic. So it will be a collaboration with Post Malone. They don't give out that much details of what's gonna be happening, but here is a comment of what Post Malone has said. You'd be hard pressed to find a bigger fan of Magic the Gathering than Post Malone, said Nathan Stewart, head of franchise marketing for Wizard of the Coast. As a fan for years, he knows just how much Friday Night Magic means to players. We're thrilled to collaborate with Posty in ways that will allow his signature style, talent, and love of the game to combine in ways fans will never forget. And then here's another comment that this is from Post Malone. I'm obsessed with Magic the Gathering. This is really a dream come true, said Post Malone. We'll be doing some cool stuff, so keep an eye out. So this article actually does have the public relations information of Post Malone and Wizard of the Coast. So probably is like that stores or content creators can go ahead and probably send them an email to see what they can do. So, guys, I'm gonna start with Orengo this time. What do you think about this? Will this be a bigger step, or will this be the upcoming comeback of what we all love and we have missed? That is Friday Night Magic.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Because the signs haven't been pretty in terms of what like Friday Magic is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially since they've been pushing more online events with Alchemy and such. I hope, I pray, I want my LGSs to have the capacity to be able to do more Friday Night Magic because that's where the community comes together. And I love my commander, but I know that for a healthy community to grow, you need that sense of competitiveness. That's where the best communities thrive. Like it's the casual communities are fun, but we can play in the LGSs, we can play in our houses, but for a LGS to thrive and to bring more product and more stuff to the player base, it needs to have a competitive environment. So I hope it does bring that into the forefront.
So Chris, as well the same question, and then we can give like our, how do you say, is it called expectations, or what do we expect for these type of new news? But Chris, what are your thoughts about this?
I think there is a lot to unpack here. First
Go.
off, um, is like they mentioned like for like this year is what they're kind of talking about in the article. So I'm wondering if this is something that is supposed to be kind of like a long-term collaboration with Post Malone and Wizards of the Coast, or if this opens the door to, let's say, like, oh, who is going to be this year's host of Friday Night Magic? Like, you bring in Post Malone now, and then I don't know, like next year you bring in, I don't know, like Justin Bieber, I guess. I don't know. But the point is, like, are we gonna have rotating celebrities? Is this gonna be like Post Malone's like new thing now? Not like Post Malone's new thing, but like the new thing that like that Wizards and Post Malone are going to be doing long term, or is it just like this year, etc. On top of that, bringing back Friday Night Magic, there is no doubt in anyone's mind that's here, to our viewers, listeners, there is no doubt in anyone's mind that we want nothing more than for like Friday Night Magic to come back. However, there's one thing we definitely have to take into account, and it's this whole situation with the pandemic.
Of course.
The pandemic is kicking up
Mhm.
again, and whether you believe in the vaccine or whether you believe that this is all like some government conspiracy, it doesn't matter which one of the two you believe,
Mhm.
which one of those like parts of the spectrum you're in. It doesn't change the fact that this is something that is going to affect, the same way that affects the global economy. It's going to affect Friday Night Magic and how it's handled. So I guess that, long story short, I am skeptical, not because I think that there's going to like something's going to go wrong per se or anything, or that there's anything wrong with this, but just that, are we truly going to get Friday Night Magic back, all things considered? That's like my fear, I suppose,
Mhm.
because there has been talk about having another lockdown in the next few months,
Yeah.
like around like March-ish, like with because we a lot of the snowstorms in the states
Mm-hmm.
got held back. Like like it's supposed to be like snowing by now, and a lot of places it's just not snowing at all. So there's a lot of people who are predicting that we're going to have a really heavy snowstorm season. If that happens, a lot of stuff is going to get shut down simply because of the snowstorms. And on top of that, like, because we're in the season of like snowstorms and we're in the middle of flu season, there's a lot of pollen in there in a lot of places, and all these like other respiratory issues. I don't know where this is going, man. Like this whole thing. Like, I'm just hoping, I am praying that we finally get to be able to like come together as a community once more, and not come together because Magic community has been pretty cohesive in a lot of areas, but like actually be able to like get together in our LGS once again, man. Because we had a little bit of that now in these past few months,
Mhm.
and it's been great to see the community, at least in our local game store, just kind of gain new life after this whole like pandemic
Mm-hmm.
stuff blew over. And I don't know, I'm just kind of scared. I'm kind of scared to just have another year of like dealing with digital magic. I don't think that paper is going to die or anything like that. I'm not that kind of person, but man, I just want it back. I want my Friday Night Magic back.
I'm pretty sure that if Bernie was here, he'd make Friday Night Magic into law. He would officialize Friday Night Magic.
Yeah, I gotta
know
I
he
gotta
would do
tell
it.
you guys, like, I gotta tell you guys. So I've mentioned this to my wife countless of times. So I've told her that one of the things that I mostly miss, due to where I live now, there's no local game store. So there is no Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or whatever store that you can like.
There's
There
one
is
down in
one.
Ponce, but
There is one that
we
imposes
don't
it.
we
Yeah,
don't we don't talk
there's
about it.
exactly. The thing is that I passed there, but I didn't like the vibe, you know.
Okay.
So but I still miss the fact that sometimes I could have just gotten out of work and say, hey, I'm gonna go to ISD Gaming or to Granuja or to what's the other one, Juguetes, the ones that are in the west side, it's something that I miss, because not only that, it's just to have um uh they're I know that Chris wrote something, but I don't know what he
Oh, don't worry
means.
about it. Don't worry about
So,
it.
so, so it's just that having that feeling that you can just sit down on a table and be with your friends and just say, "Hey," like I said to Orengo a couple of minutes ago, like, "Hey, I tweaked my Lathril commander. I tweaked the one that is from Dungeons, the Dungeons and Dragons theme one. I tweaked it a little bit. So, but either way, we can play online. Obviously, we can put our webcams in a way to play Commander, but it's not the same feeling when you're with your friends together and just throwing jokes and having those epic moments when something radical happens in the table, and you're like, oh, okay, I didn't expect this to happen. Or those moments when you're like, oh, he's playing uh Urza or Joda, or this table lets me play Golos, and they're like, oh yeah, we have to kill him first. Forget about the other ones. They kill him first. And then you're like, but I have only posted a land, and that's it. One of the things that I hope that Post Malone, if this is to bring Friday Night Magic back to local game stores is I want the prices from before. That price pool of not having those booster packs, just having 4 or 3 cards that are different as the ones that like before. If there was an opt in the booster box, you could have gotten a prettier opt if you won the Friday Night Magic event.
Mhm.
um and have those exclusive cards for Friday Night Magic. That was the point that we would go to Friday Night Magic. And one of the other things that I would like to have back is Championship Day,
Yeah.
where people from every local game store could go and just enjoy the banter. If from the LGS that they go to they won, or if it stayed in house, that banter, I actually do miss it. Either way, I don't play standard anymore, but it would be something that would get me back to play standard, just to go to Friday Night Magic. So guys, this is the main topic of tonight. That it's something that has been they have spoiled a couple of cards. And one of the things that I think that we're all in love are the lands.
Yeah.
But the next standard set that is coming is Kamigawa Neo Dynasty. That is the cyberpunk of Magic the Gathering. So here we are in Mythic spoilers. We're gonna at least go through
Cyber
them.
Magic 2077.
Exactly. Cyber
Yep,
magic.
Cyber Magic 2077. So we can go through all of them because again, they're not that much, but these are the cards that have been spoiled. Let's go talk about the lands first.
Yes, please, please. I was like about to
So
explode. I was like, the lands,
yes.
the lands.
So these are the full art lands that are going to be available in your draft box, in your set booster box, and in your collector booster boxes. But there's a catch. You guys remember that back in I don't remember what set was it.
One of the unsets, no? Like
Yeah,
you
I
would
think
get
it was
like
one of
one
the
one
unsets.
full art land.
Yeah,
Although, actually, no,
exactly.
it was the foils that
No,
were like really rare. Never mind.
exactly.
Not the.
Yeah, but there was one set that the full art lands would not come out as frequent as before. So
Forgot.
these lands are going to be, for at least what I've read, that in set booster boxes and draft booster boxes, it's going to be, I think the ratio is every 4 to 3 booster packs, you might get one,
Jeez.
but it's only one.
Yeah.
Obviously, in collector booster boxes, if I'm not mistaken, you get one foil and one non-foil, like in one of the previous. I don't remember what was the collector booster box that it was like that, but you would have gotten one foil and one non-foil of the full art lands.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I really love
Sounds
them.
like some Zendikar stuff to me.
Yes,
It's not
I know.
as well, a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little bit, but
Honestly,
love them.
though, honestly, I prefer this a million times over than getting another basic land secret layer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yes,
Like, you know what, Wizards? I don't care if the pretty lands don't come as often anymore. I just prefer that they do this over freaking secret layer.
Yeah.
actually,
agree.
Like,
let's Orengo me talked about that. We were
Yeah.
like, you know what? The previous secret layer, they brought the pixel art basic lands,
Yep.
and I told them like I wanted to buy them, but then I remembered that they only come 5 in each box. So
Which is
it's like
insane.
I'm not gonna waste a bunch of money for a couple of lands.
Hmm.
At
Yeah.
least these ones are accessible. If you buy a collector's booster box or even when they're in the market, because these cards are not gonna go over 250. Except blue. Blue will be 350 to $4 because blue is blue.
That's usually how it goes. But it'll take a while before it creeps up to $4.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the amount of
exactly.
product that's
So
gonna be
as
open.
soon as you possibly can, to all those blue players
Oh,
out
yeah.
there, bite the bullet.
I always do the same.
Yes.
Always do it. Every time I see lands that I kind of want, like the last time I bought lands like that was in Theros, I believe. and I bought them as quickly as I could for exactly the same
Was it
reason. Oh, and the Snowlands,
was
of course.
and the
Snowlands.
Snowlands, right? The
Right, the
ones that were
Snowlands. True. That
in.
was the actual last time I bought.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I bought the Snowlands. Although the Snowlands that I use are the Modern Horizons ones, but I did
Yeah.
buy the second time they printed it, which was in Kaldheim.
Kaldheim.
So what you're
Yeah.
saying is that you have extra.
They're mine, sir. I hoard all my islands for no reason. I just hoard them all, and I'm gonna hoard those
Yo.
pretty islands as well.
Yeah.
Hell
Even if
yeah.
I can't put them in my deck.
I'm gonna have a confession here. I'm gonna confess something.
Oh,
Yeah.
The other day, I was organizing my lands, and my wife was like, "Why do you have so many lands, or so many cardboards?" I'm like, I was like, they are lands. They're pretty. They're shiny. They're full art. And she's like, but they're the same thing. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like,
They're-
They just don't understand.
she doesn't understand the lands are the
Exactly.
best cards in all of Magic.
Exactly.
I know, right?
If you don't have lands, you can't play Magic.
I even kept
Unless
the
you're playing
foil,
Joyra.
Shut
the
up, shut
the
up.
foil the foil etch lands from Modern Horizon 2.
Yeah,
I kept them as well
nice.
because they're beautiful.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can't say no to lands. But guys, so you see this, you see all of those pretty lands. Do you?
Yes.
We all want them. We don't have
Yeah.
to talk. We don't have to
Yeah.
even mention it. But we all
Yeah.
want them. We all want them.
Yeah,
I like the fact that they have two different arts, so you can mix and match if you want them for commander. You can mix and match if you're using them for standard. I really do like it. They look gorgeous. I want to see them foil because I know that at least the
I
blue
can't
ones
even
will
imagine
look
them
foil.
right now. They have to look amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate the experimentation with the lands. I appreciate they basically did what proxy people have been doing for like a decade ago.
Yeah.
Thank God they finally reached that point. They're like experimenting with framing, experimenting with the borders, experimenting with
Mhm.
everything. I
Mhm.
love it. It's weird. It's jarring. I'm pretty sure if you stick these in a monocolored land where you start plucking a lot of those, I don't know, buildings in red, the opponent's gonna be like a little confused because it's gonna look odd when you first see it. But yeah,
But
they look amazing.
Orengo, really? That reminds me of that one time in one of my in a final match in
Mhm.
standard. You guys know that even in standard, I would have foiled out decks.
Yeah.
So I would still remember that there was this one time. I don't remember. I'm not gonna put names there, but I remember that one in one of the matches. I tapped 3 red mana and left one open for a shock. Was it a shock or wizard lightning? I don't remember. And the thing is that my opponent goes and says when I tap the last mana for the wizard's lightning, he's like, "Oh, Judge, I didn't see that land. It was shiny." I'm like, "What?"
I'm blinded. I couldn't see it.
I didn't know what it was, Judge.
I didn't know what it
Actually,
was.
Judge.
I didn't know
He has
that
too
was
much
a
money. I'm
mountain.
a poor person.
Oh God! But that was a funny moment. But it was a funny moment. So now let's go ahead with the
It's
showcase.
called Magic the
And
Gathering, not Magic the Communism.
so so obviously we're gonna get the same treatment as before. We're gonna have borderless, and we have a new style that's called ninja style that we're gonna get like
Ninja style.
anime like let me put this in full screen. I don't know why I kept it like that. Boop, there you go.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get like this type of anime style cards. And this new style that these are showcase that I told I mentioned to Orengo that I don't like the fact that they did this, but he had a
Yeah.
point if they
Yeah.
do it in cards that don't do nothing in standard or in commander, right?
Yeah.
So we had here Hetsuga Devouring Chaos, and there's 5 variants of this card.
Yeah.
It's
That
4 variants,
kind
and I
of
think the
bothers
purple
me. And
one
the
is
purple
a
ones-
box stopper or something like that. It's something like that.
Okay. So we have these like I don't like it because the issue with this is one of the issues that's going to happen is the money value. because then one
Mm.
color will be like the rarest of them all.
Yeah, the
and that
red
one
is going to be the rarest.
this one.
Yeah, the red is the rarest. The blue is
Okay.
the second rarest. Green is third rarest, and yellow is the one that shows up.
I
the
mean,
most, I believe.
purple is going to be a box topper now.
It was purple is going to be the box stopper. So that's the one that I think
So
everyone's going to be able to
technically,
get.
that's going to be like the rarest one.
No.
This is to buy
because
a box.
It's one every box, right?
Okay.
And those will show up in
Oh.
less than 1% of all collector boosters.
I see. Okay, that changes things a lot.
So then
That's
it's less than
interesting.
1%, and each one of them has a fraction of that less than 1%.
Wow.
So you're looking at cards that could theoretically be valued in thousands of dollars
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
for a stupid
This is
50
like
cent
some
rare.
This is like some NFT level stuff right here.
Exactly.
This is
Like
baseball
it's
card
definitely
shit.
touching upon
Yes.
that territory.
Yeah. It definitely
Yeah.
is. Definitely.
So
And
these-
I do kind of like that. At least like sorry to interrupt, right? Like the thing
don't
that
worry about
bothers me though, that bothers me personally is like, you know, as a personal taste kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
The only difference between these 5 cards is literally just the color.
It's good to be the color of the foiling, but they're all gonna have the same foiling.
Like honestly, at that point, I wish they were just all different arts and just screw it, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
But-
that's just me.
the idea here is that this card is not for you. It's gonna be for the whales. So if you build
Yeah.
like a deck with Hidekugo or whatever, and you're like, oh my god, this
Hitsugi.
is my favorite fucking commander of all time. I want to get it in blue, and then you just go off and buy it in blue. It's
Yeah.
gonna be $600 because you really want it in blue for some reason.
Mhm.
But like you say the product is for the whales, but is it really? I mean, like
Go ahead.
the only place where the whales are going to be like buying this stuff is in the secondary market, I guess. And
Exactly.
like
You're gonna-
Wizards doesn't really get anything out of it.
No,
I mean, I
but
suppose that like you get people to buy more boxes to try
that's
and
the
fish
idea.
things out.
That's the idea. What they want is to be able to buy more
Exactly.
boxes.
Buy
And
more
especially
boxes.
with the Vizier that they did, you know, the reverse Vizier.
Viscera
Seer. Yeah.
I
I'm
never
pretty sure
saw
that when
that.
that shit happened, oh, didn't you know? So secret layers, the last ones, I think it was the Phyrexian ones. You know, they give you an extra bonus card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the people a few months ago opened it up and they got a Viscera Seer. Reversed.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah, I
Oh
numbered.
remember.
yeah.
It was numbered, right? That prompted everyone to freak the fuck out and started buying a shit ton of those boxes. Now, a lot of people wanted to keep them sealed. But then because of this probability, very, very fraction of a probability you could get one of these, they start opening them in mass. So the ones that they've been able to pull have been going for thousands
Yep.
Wow.
easily. They're still trying to look for the number 1 and the number 100 because obviously those are going to be the most expensive ones. But basically they're doing the same thing with these type of cards. So it's not going to be for you, but it's going to prompt people to buy a shit ton of collector booster boxes. They really care about this idea. Let's see how it goes. Like I think they're testing with a shit card, meaning shit because it's going to be like a 50-cent rare. But you know, if this proves to be a golden idea, they're going to start doing this shit with mythics. And that's what's going to be scary. If I get to see a fucking Urza with this stupid foiling, I'm going to be so upset. So upset.
You're gonna be so upset because you can't afford it unless you pull
Exactly.
it.
That's
Same,
why,
though.
because
Same.
yeah. So,
Yeah, but one of the things talking about that Vizier, I am in a lot of groups that are Magic the Gathering related or that sell Magic the Gathering. And one of the female group members, she opened it and then she posted a picture of the card of the Vizier. She's like, she asked this very innocent question: does this cost a lot of money? This came out in the secret layer. And then everybody in the comments was like, yes, this
Yes.
cost a lot of money.
a lot of money.
So okay, so now let's go ahead and let's look at the cards. Let's start with Kaito Chisuki.
Mhm.
So Kaito Chisuki, this is the original art, and this is the ninja style art. And Shizuki is Demir and 1 legendary planeswalker Kaito. At the beginning of your end step, if Kaito Shizuki entered the battlefield under your control, he phases out. He has a +1, -2, and a -7. The +1 says draw a card, then discard a card unless you attack this turn. -2 is create a 1/1 blue ninja creature token that says this creature can't be blocked. -7, you get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a blue or black creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle.
It's insane. I love that -7.
3-mana planeswalker, guys.
That's only ever gonna happen in like some very fringe decks, but I love
Yeah.
that -7.
Yeah.
It has the baseline of what you need. You have a draw, so you have a value effect. You have a blocker.
It's a looting effect.
It's a looting effect. You have a blocker,
Mhm.
and then you have a pretty nifty ulti. I like the static ability, which basically you can only do it once. But I like the idea that it phases out first because that means we might have phasing effects again in this set. And
Yes.
second of all, you could just like draw a card. You can afford to get a turn where you loot and you feel safe by looting. You don't have to minus because you need to protect the planeswalker you just casted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's which is not something you can see of a lot of planeswalkers. So you can actually have it in for your loyalty when you start, doing the -2 ability. If you should choose, or just +1 it again, then you'll have essentially a 5 loyalty planeswalker on the field for 3 mana.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nifty. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's good for standard.
It's
I don't think
walking into
broken,
Oko
but,
territory, but it just doesn't have anything broken on it.
No,
so
it
it's
doesn't.
fine.
It doesn't. It's totally fine. It's not Oko. It's totally. I think
It's a
totally fair.
good standard card. It's
Yeah,
a good standard card.
I definitely agree. Yeah.
It's what Oko should have been.
No, Oko is broken.
And then this is the
Exactly.
famous
That's what he should have
the
been.
famous NFT creature.
Yeah.
He did
yes.
Sugo Devouring Chaos is 3 and a black legendary creature org demon. Has has an effect that you pay 1 black, sacrifice a creature, scry 2, and then it has another one that is 2 and a red, tap, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. When you exile a non-land card this way, Hizayosugu Devouring Chaos deals damage equal to the exiled card's mana value to any target.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually
Yeah,
really fun. That looks fun.
It's a fun Rakdos card. I don't think it's gonna be like heavily used in standard at all. But for commander purposes, pretty sure it's gonna be cool. I like the reference to the old Hidetsugu card, which is broken in a lot of commander decks. So it's kind of nice that they went back to this character, I guess, and they made him Rakdos. The first ability is pretty solid too because it's a sack outlet. Generally, those are very good in black and Rakdos colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the second ability is designed so it can't be abused, but I guess it's serviceable. It's a cute little Rakdos card.
It's a good. I think this is good card if you're one of those type of commander players that use Rakdos Showstopper, the demon,
Right.
to change it to this one. Have this one be your commander. It costs less.
I wouldn't change it for Rakdos, honestly.
I would put it on the 99.
I would put it, yeah. Like in the 99, I think this is fantastic for Rakdos, honestly.
Yep. I agree.
Okay.
That scry effect really helps out the fact that Rakdos just doesn't have Rakdos colors just don't generally have a lot of draw effects that aren't that don't either exile your top or do or put stuff in your graveyard. So having that scry helps out a whole lot. And then on top of that, that dealing damage effect is just perfect to be able to get Rakdos onto the battlefield really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys know that in the previous Kamigawa set, we had a lot of spirit dragons, or we had dragons that none of them were useful.
Hey,
but
that's not true. Kokusho was great.
Yeah.
He was great.
I'm with Odengo. Sure. Whatever you say.
Oh, but
So,
Kokusho had
we got
combos
here-
and stuff. It was fun. It was
We
fun.
had we have here the first dragon spirit is Atsushi the Blazing Sky. 2 red and 2 legendary dragon spirit is flying trample. When Atsushi the Blazing Sky dies, choose 1. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards, or you can choose to create 3 treasure tokens, and he is a 4/4. What do you guys think?
So much fun for standard.
Mhm.
In for standard purposes, you're basically getting a 4/4 flying trample creature onto the battlefield for 1 mana.
Mhm.
That is
Mhm.
fantastic. And on
Yep.
top of that, red always just has an issue with like not having enough draw, especially like in standard. So great. This is fun. This is
Yeah, it's
hella
very
fun.
good.
I can't wait to see this in action in standard in
I would
arena.
I
Right
would
now.
have I would have added haste just for fun.
No, no,
Yes.
stop this. That's insane.
No,
It's
I
already
mean,
bad enough that it has flying and trample. I
it,
think it's
it,
good.
it, it would literally get banned in like a week, dude.
Yeah, no,
It would
I'm pretty
literally
sure
get
this is
banned in
gonna
a
be
week.
used as it is. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get used
Yes.
because
Hell
the
yeah.
fact that you can just replenish yourself with treasure tokens. I love
Mhm.
that Red has shifted a lot in these last few years.
Yeah.
Where now it's all about the exiling top cards and playing with the top of your deck, and now the introduction of treasure tokens as a way to give red ramp is kind of interesting.
It's much more interesting now in a lot of ways than what it used to, because back
Sure.
Yeah.
like a few years back, red was still very fun to play,
Yeah, it
but
would fizzle.
I feel like it wasn't not only like would it fizzle, sometimes it just kind of became a little bit like uninteresting because you know
Yeah.
you kind of knew what you were doing. It's just like
It was like
this is my
mountain.
hand.
It's
This
called
is
red
what
deck
this
wins
is
for
what
a
I
reason.
win with. It's
Yeah,
fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Red
You know,
deck
and you
wins.
would just
Exactly.
Red deck wins.
but now red deck has to worry about their top deck. It has to worry about not exiling like stuff too early game when you play cards like this and stuff like that. And I don't know. I think it adds a little bit more like to the brains of the whole operation instead of just like brainlessly just
Exactly.
Wait, Chris, are you saying that most mono red players are brainless?
Not saying that most mono red players are brainless. I'm saying mono red decks are fucking brainless, and you
There
don't
you
need
go.
brains to run them. Well,
There you go.
to run them, to win with them, that's a different thing.
That's something else. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody can have a mono red deck or a red deck wins, but it all depends on your brain.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you win with your mono red deck?
Exactly. Can you win? I remember that we had somebody in our local game store that he tried to play mono red in one of the FNMs and he lost. And we were like, how can you lose with mono red? Like, you don't lose with mono
To
red.
to be fair, I did lose a few matches like mono red, and then like in an FNM, especially playing modern. That kicked. I
Yeah,
got my
but
ass
few
whooped
matches
against
matches
elves.
is fine. Few matches
Oh,
is
like
fine.
wait, you're talking about like
Losing
they
the
went
whole
like
thing.
0,
Yes.
like no wins.
No wins.
No wins. No wins at all. Sad.
Well, let's go back to the spoilers before I cry for this man.
Okay, so the next one is Kyodai Kyodai. Oh god, I'm murdering
Kyodai.
these names.
I think it's
Um,
Kyodai. I think
I think
might
it's
be wrong.
Kyodai, yeah. Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa. He's 3 and a white legendary creature dragon spirit. He has flash, flying, and he has this particular effect that is when he enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible for as long as you control Kyodai. And as well, if you pay Uber, Kyodai gets +5/+5 until end
Uber.
of turn.
Yep.
It's cute to
Uh,
stick it into like a dragon deck because you can give indestructible to your
Exactly.
commander or some
Yes.
bullshit like that. And you know,
One
since
thing I
you're
appreciate is the cycle. So far, it seems like the cycle all costs 4, and I kind of
Yeah.
appreciate that
yeah,
over having like a 6/6 big dumbasses that don't do much.
Yeah.
I like this. I like
Yeah.
this a lot.
it's been long. It's been pretty long that we haven't gotten like a decent 4-drop.
in white,
Besides,
sure.
in
In white?
yeah,
in
in white,
white,
because in
yeah,
red,
because in all the other
in
colors,
red,
they
oh,
all have a
yeah.
decent like drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You literally
I
just
remember
name
that
one.
in red it was this guy Torbrand.
Yeah.
God
In
damn
in
it.
white, we've gotten a lot of
Jesus.
really good like weenies, essentially, like
Mhm.
anything
Oh,
like
yeah.
three and below.
For sure.
Excellent cards, but
Yeah.
like 4 drops, like turn
No.
4 is always like a really iffy turn for mono white unless they're playing like super weenies and just like casting a billion things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, guys, this is one of the lands. This Abandoned Mire is a legendary land. It adds 1 black, and it has an ability called Channel that you pay black and 3. You discard Takanuma Abandoned Mire, mill 3 cards, then return a creature or planeswalker card from the graveyard to your hand. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control.
Mhm.
I
I
love
don't
this
know if
card.
that's going to be expensive, but it's definitely no. That's going to be pretty fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I need
I
to get
was
my
I was
hands on
talking
that one
to
as soon as friggin' possible.
exactly. I off the bat I told Orengo like I need this for Joda. This brings back my
Everything.
planeswalkers.
It
Yeah.
brings back anything and everything you need. Like
Yes, I
this
just
is it. If your deck
do you
has black,
imagine
why aren't you running this? Essentially,
exactly
that's like
Yeah.
exactly if your deck runs yeah exactly.
The
My
interesting
God,
part
this
is that it says channel. So are we to assume that it's a new keyword, or is this like a D&D thing where it's more like a flavor thing,
I think that
right?
I know that I think
that is
there are
interesting.
cards.
With
Aren't
channel?
there
Yeah.
cards that say not with channel, but aren't there cards that have like a similar mechanic that you pay an amount or you can discard the card to do other things?
Generally, it's called mill, but you already have mill in the card text. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
No, no.
I don't know if
Like
channel's gonna be like a
I know
thing.
No,
what he
because
means. Like
yeah, because he said
basically
he
cycling effects. So I
Right.
think that
exactly
what
because
Orengo was referring to in this case is that probably like instead
Mhm.
of like instead of just writing cycling on it, they just put
Yeah.
channel as like a flavor thing. That's what you're referring to, correct?
Yeah, yeah, that's what they did in
Yeah.
D&D, which were it wasn't like actual effects; it was just a flavor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think
I
it
think
now
this is excellent. This is really cool as a flavor thing. However,
Mhm.
for the health of like the format in general, especially like for Commander, I don't know how to feel about it because I rather have like uh, I don't know, like it's a little bit iffy because on one side, like I would rather have like stuff to complement my current strategies, like
Yeah.
and just being able to like I guess I would love to make it more abusable, but on the other hand maybe it's good that this kind of does the same thing and it's like you're like you aren't able to abuse it as much. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind
but
of
I
up for
think
debate,
it's
I
good
guess.
because either way, if you think about it for Commander, one thing is it's a legendary land, so you only can have one. Obviously, in Standard, no. In Standard, you can have all 4 and have 3 to just discard and look for anything that's in the graveyard. But at least for me, and my mindset is that this land could be that additional land that you don't need, but it works as well as a card that you can reanimate or get something back from your graveyard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like if you are already like it's a card that goes both ways. If you need mana, use it for mana. If you don't need mana, then keep it, or when you draw it, use it for whatever it's in your graveyard that you actually need to look
Yeah.
for. You
I think
know,
that a welcome surprise with this card as well, it doesn't come in tapped.
exactly.
Like
I think because it's a
it's been
legendary
a
land.
while. Yeah, like I guess I get it from that perspective, but like I'm actually surprised like Wizards putting out something that has a decent effect that doesn't come in tapped. Like
But I think the last
mind
Kamigawa
blowing.
cycle they did come on tap as well, right? I
I have
believe,
no
Yeah,
idea.
there's
I
one.
don't
There's
know.
one here. I'm gonna look for it right now because there's one right here.
right?
Because
Yeah, yeah,
I wasn't
there you
referring to
go.
the Kamigawa cycle in itself, just
Yeah,
referring to
they're
the fact that like
legendary and they
for
don't come
standard,
tapped.
yeah,
That's what I mean. So, I mean, Kamigawa went through standard. That's what I'm saying. So it's
Mhm.
like in flavor with Kamigawa, and obviously this is a much more powerful ability. That, for example, that one's very mediocre. But it's all part of power creep as well. So
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
I like it. Maybe I agree
To
that
be fair,
maybe
maybe
yeah.
like making your creature basically unblockable for 1 mana isn't that bad though.
It depends on the strategy, but I think the other one
Exactly.
has more versatility to it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hmm. You will see this card even in historic brawl.
Yeah, of course.
You will see it in
It's a
historic brawl or
it's
in
a
brawl
very
in
you
strong
general.
mean
land.
historic alchemy
Essentially
brawl
everything.
thing?
If
Yeah.
you have a heavy creature and or planeswalker strategy, there's no reason why
Hmm.
not to run it. To
Yeah.
be honest, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like
that is
that's why
true.
I found it funny, like the like cover, like just small tidbit about alchemy. Not only did it affect historic, and I should have expected that, but I didn't at some point.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like I can probably escape through the loophole of like playing historic brawl. Haha.
No,
it's
it's
we
everything
also have
shifted.
all of these. in
Yeah,
historic
they
brawl.
only left it. I
Everything
think
everything shifted.
it was either the problem with changing pre-existing cards, or I don't know, because I think the idea it was either pre-existing cards or make Pioneer. Choose one, but this limbo is worse because you're not even giving the player choice to like delete your cards.
Mhm.
Like, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, it's really
Mhm.
sad. So guys, first thoughts of the new Kamigawa set. Do you like it? You don't like it? Do you expect more to it?
I mean, if it has phasing, that's cool. I've grown tired and weary of these sets. I disliked Innistrad because it's not like my flavor, and there was nothing interesting there besides the lands. Great lands, by the way. I bought one of each. Great freaking commander lands.
Yes.
I
Very, very cheap.
the only thing I liked about Innistrad besides the lands was um that Sorin that's with the art of
Right, the Dracula.
the artist that made Castlevania, the
Was it the
borderless one.
Dracula one, or is it the other one?
No, it was it was Sorin. Let me look.
Well, I
for
mean,
it.
there's a version of story that is literally Count Dracula.
Yeah. Not
That's what I'm saying.
Castlevania
Yeah, I know.
Count Dracula. Just
Exactly. It
just
wasn't
like,
Castlevania Dracula. It was just normal
yeah,
book
just
literature
Dracula.
Dracula.
literature.
No, let me look. Let me
Dracula,
look
I
for it.
love
Let me look for it.
No,
But
but
yeah.
yeah, I can confirm. Trust me, if it would have been Castlevania, I would have gone
Right?
nuts. I
Yeah.
would have bought like all of the bad cards. I would have just bought like,
Yeah.
take my money, take it just here.
Just
Okay,
all
let
of
me
it.
see
Go.
if I can
Yeah.
open
But I liked
the.
it.
Take
liked
my
it.
whole bank account. This is my social security number. Just give it to me.
Okay, so
yeah.
here you go. I
Okay,
found it. I
go
found
ahead.
it. So the artist is. Oh man, I won't. Artist is Ayami Kojima.
Okay.
Ajami Kojima. She is
Promising
the
last name.
artist.
Mhm.
Yes. So she is the official artist of one of the, I think it was Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and
Oh.
she made this Sorin for the set.
Okay.
Oh.
Is that in the set, or is this one of
This,
those
yeah,
secret layers?
no,
or
this is
something? Okay.
no. This is in the set. It's a very very difficult card to pull.
I can imagine.
Right
wonder how
now,
expensive it is.
I think that right now. Let me see if I can look for it in TCG
That's a
Player
whole
for a
ass
second.
NFT. I want it now.
You
I
want it now?
I want it now.
It's
Actually, if
I'll s-
if
I'll-
Wizard of the Coast would do
John,
NFT,
buy
I
my
would get
kidney
in it.
right now. Buy my kidney right now. Do it.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, let me see.
I hope that
Here we go.
Okay.
So right now the card is going for $40 non-foil,
Damn.
and foil, the cheapest one at least last bought in the marketplace was $198 with 72 cents.
Christ.
Buy them now. They're gonna be expensive for no reason.
For no reason.
Buy them now. They're gonna be
Right now, the
expensive for
most-
no
No
fucking reason.
For no reason.
The
Yeah.
most cheapest is right now is 144 with 99 cents.
My God.
That is the cheapest one foil.
I would kill for the art card, man. Like,
And the art card's not gonna be that expensive, so that's good at least.
Oh yeah, the art card is not going to be expensive. You know, plus it's signed by her with the gold you
Yeah.
know, the gold
gold
signature.
Gold signature.
You know, but I want the card per se. You know, I would
I
like
feel
to
like
have
those
both.
went like under a lot of people's radars, like the little cards with like the little gold
With
signatures.
the art cards.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
it one in each booster, so it's just there's so many in the marketplace. Whoever wants them
Yeah.
wants them. Like I got
Yeah.
the ones that I wanted for like Urza and shit when they first did it,
Yeah.
but then they're doing that basically every other set, so it's like
Mhm.
I'm good because there's nothing in these. Basically, I'm just waiting for the Brothers War because I know that's gonna be the set that I'm probably gonna splurge on. But beyond that, I'm like looking at Kamigawa. I'm just
Splurgy
like,
says,
"Eh."
I see this man getting one copy of each card.
Depends on how good that set with the artifacts and the Urza is. If that Urza is crap,
Okay.
which it might be because it's standard. It's not
Ooh,
gonna be a broken
ooh.
ass Urza, but
How fantastic would it be to see the return of like artifact heavy standard,
that's what I'm
artifact
thinking.
heavy
That's what I'm
decks?
assuming. If you're making a set with
Artifact-
Urza, you have
About,
to
Artifact
put
about
lands.
artifacts.
artificers, yeah, like
It has to happen. It has to. So that's what I'm
Artifact
assuming.
lands.
artifact dual lands that come in untapped with a condition.
Please take all my
Praise the
money.
Lord.
All my money. All my money.
Write these down, boys. This has happened
Different
before.
different
We- we-
arts,
we-
artifact
we joke
lands.
we joke about some shit and then it just comes out
And
in the
it-
set.
it
Come on,
comes
write
out.
write
Give
write
me
these
Yo,
down.
give me artifact lands as shock lands. Give me tapped basic,
Okay,
dual
yeah,
colored.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, 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 no,
Sahodio.
Bob.
Yes,
I'm already committed to this shit.
It's over. It's
Give
over.
me
He's not making predictions anymore. He's
No, no,
just
no, no,
he's
Give
just
him
making commands of
everything.
wizards.
give me all. Well, that's for sure. They're gonna do like different art style of the artifact lands. That's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
I can already see Orengo in Wizard's offices just holding a gun to like Mark Rosewater's like face, just like I want
want
the
this.
artifact shock lands, you
Need it.
bastard.
No, probably the more reasonable thing they're gonna do the Kaldheim Snowlands. Remember the top ones? They're probably gonna do
Yeah.
the same thing with the artifact lands.
But
I
they
think it's
already
gonna
did
be
that
their
for, like, Modern
compromise.
Horizons, though.
Did they do that? Oh, true. They did it top
Yes,
lands.
that's exactly
You're
why
exactly
I'm thinking,
right.
like,
They
come
might
on,
go-
we gotta get dual artifact lands. Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
gotta,
that's true.
you know.
Yes, I need them.
No, yeah.
Plus,
There's
in
one thing
most,
that I
in
would
most
like.
circumstances,
Yeah.
like having those kinds of dual lands that way can actually like potentially be detrimental to your deck. So I don't think it's something that's like
Yeah.
too far fetched.
That's
Like
true, because you can
really is
destroy
a
'em.
double-edged sword.
Yeah, you can
Exactly.
destroy them. Yeah.
They're easier targets to destroy. They go away with a Vandal Blast. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think that it's like a stretch. I think it's like fine, and especially depending on what
Especially
we
if
print
they
in standard.
print Vandal Blast in standard with those lands, people are gonna think twice about being like, I'm just gonna make a deck full of artifact lands because fuck you.
I think that would bring like
That'd be
some
cool.
beautiful pro moments right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like people
Yes.
just basically running one copy of Vandal Blast in their
Yeah.
sideboard for like just in case.
Just in case. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
just like someone just like ramps all of their like artifact lands, and then you just see them blow them up. Oh man,
Oh yeah.
I think it'll make for some great moments. Honestly, I can't freaking wait.
You know what I always think, because we have pulled out some of our crazy ideas from the show. They actually do happen in the sets. So I think that they
Yeah.
have to have somebody in like Wizard of the Coast, like, okay,
Just
you're gonna
scanning the
put-
internet.
no, he's gonna be like, you're going to look for the titles, and if the title says anything of standard, you're gonna watch it, and then when you finish watching it, you're gonna write down the ideas,
Write that
because
down. Write
some
that
of
down.
these idiots are gonna give you a good idea.
Oh man.
Because dudes, like, you imagine that in that set, like Orengo said, dual lands, but that let them be artifacts.
Yeah.
God, like the ones from like Orengo mentioned from Kaldheim, but a little bit much better.
Yeah.
Instead of being tapped, they have like some like condition that you can put them untapped or some shit like that. But it would be great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Like
not gonna lie.
reveal an
It should be
artifact from
great.
your hand and it comes in untapped. They can be like workshops. Little
Yeah.
like artificers workshops.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
You know which lands I would like to see back in standard, just because I used to play this deck in modern, the Urza lands.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
right now. Like the return of the Urza lands.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
That would be
Oh
insane.
yes.
But I
That
think they're
would be
reserved list cards, so that's why they can't do them.
insane.
But they could do
Are they
nerfed
really?
versions. Yeah, that's why Cradle, Gaia's Cradle, they can never be reprinted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's an reserved
Yeah,
Urza
but
list.
weren't the
I just
Urza
find it
lands
funny 'cause, like,
reprinted in
Tron-
Double Masters?
No, ba.
Yes. Yes, they
No.
were. They were recently reprinted. I think
Gaia's
so.
Cradle
Yeah,
is,
they
is
were.
an Urza
No,
land.
not Gaia's Cradle.
They were.
But that's
they,
an Urza land.
no.
Oh, you mean the actual Urza lands? I'm sorry, I thought you meant the ones that came out in the set.
No, you
Perdón,
bastard.
perdón. No, yeah, they did reprint them, and they can put them in
Yeah, yeah,
standard
yeah.
because why not? I mean, duh, why not?
Honestly, Oh man, it'd be great. And then
It'd be great.
in Pioneer would go nuts.
Oh yeah.
People are gonna start playing Tron Pioneer, like coming down with Urza. Not
Mhm.
Urza. What's his face what's his face McGee?
Yes. What his
Eugene.
face? Eugene McGee.
Eugene.
Eugene
Yes.
McGee. Yeah.
Eugene the Concession Dragon,
Yeah.
as he's properly named.
Exactly.
Wizards got the wrong name on the
Oh
card.
my god.
Oh yeah.
So guys, so we gave our final thoughts, and we are ready to next week have our season finale. So I don't know what we might do next week. Probably we'll instead of talk, we'll have a good commander game with the whole crew. I hope that
We'll
JP
play
can
one
make it.
game of each format in Magic the Gathering's history.
That'd be great. That'd be
It
great.
would.
Oh
would.
god, that would be great.
I got like mono red,
podcast
like
will start
modern
like
somewhere
at
around here.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
5 o'clock and
Oh,
end
yeah,
like
definitely.
at 2 o'clock in the
That'd be
mid.
great.
Jesus.
Sounds beautiful.
So Chris. Where Chris, where can the people find you?
Well, you can occasionally find me on Twitch once I start making some more stuff on there. You can obviously always interact with all of us in the Cardboard Cave Podcast page, and you can find me here in the Cardboard Cave Podcast.
How about you, Orengo? Where can the people find you?
You can find me here with you guys talking about magic. You can find me at The Movie Guy. You can also find me at Cinemas Podcast. I have a podcast tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Bo Burnham's Inside. You can also find me in Subtitles Required with John as well. We have this episode this month. It's Your Name, the anime film.
Yes, coming out tomorrow.
Exactly. And XBR Richport with Cine Nerds and After School Club.
That's amazing. So, guys, you guys can find me in all my new social media as Real In Films. I still do have my normal BB117 Instagram and Twitter. I use them occasionally, but I'm right now focusing on my new page. It's called Real In Films and website as well. Here with the guys at Cardboard Cave that we have. Our next episode will be next Wednesday. There will be our season finale episode for all of you. Let's hope. Let's see if I have a great idea to just give something great for all of our viewers, and as well with the Movie Guy. The new episode of Up Up Left Right is available right now. I'm with Orengo talking about the the series Arcane, and that's the season finale of that show. So we will see you next year with more Up Left Right content. And where else? Where else can they see?
When you talking about that Resident Evil movie, I've heard such good things about.
Oh, I
the
haven't
new one.
watched it yet.
The new
I have
one.
to watch it. It's already in VOD.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna watch it. Don't worry about
Gotta
it. I'm
check
gonna
it.
talk about it.
Yeah, you gotta check
I'm
it.
gonna talk about it. You know what? I'm gonna invite.
I've heard so many good things
Oscar-
about it.
I'm
So
gonna
many
invite
good
Oscar
things.
because he liked it. He liked that movie.
That's true. That's true. You should
Really,
do that.
someone that I actually heard that liked the film.
Mm-hmm. You actually like that, I
Yes.
believe.
Now I really gotta watch it because I heard
Yeah.
some controversial like stuff about
Same.
it.
Same. Yeah.
Same. I've heard the same thing. So I know that when I sit down and watch that movie, I've had so much fun. So I'm thinking, where else can they find me? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
About it.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, subtitles required. Episode is going to go live tomorrow. So pay attention to Cinemas Podcast and Real In Films social media for the episode details. Like that, you guys can go ahead and listen to it. That will be Orengo and mine's season finale until we come back next month with the movie 8.5. It's Italian film, if I'm not mistaken again, right?
See, Fellini.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So guys, we will see you guys next week, next Wednesday. During the rest of this week, and the start of next week, you will know what we're going to be doing next week. So just gonna let you guys with a small little message of our local game stores. So if you guys are looking for anything Magic the Gathering related, just go ahead and pass by to their Facebook page. So that you can go ahead and ask for their products. I did see that they have available Midnight Hunt, Crimson Vow, and Mystery Booster boxes. So if you guys are
Yeah.
one exactly convention edition, If you guys want those type of products, just go to their Facebook page, and they will answer you through the message, through their message system, and they will and they can ship you the products as well. So just go ahead, and here is a message from them. Hey geeks, do you love comics, collectibles, and TCG? Well, here at Cardboard Cave, we have the place for you. Pass by Kapitan Granuja Comics and Games and find all your favorite geeky items there. Look for them at Facebook or Instagram, or call them at 787-659-7003. A store blessed by Nicole Bolas.